Hello everyone, welcome back to Super Jerry 27's Nerd Cave. Today I'm going to go through about 6 games in no particular order that are my games of the year that I enjoyed the most this year. So let's first start off with the one I beat on Christmas Day. It is on Game Pass. I don't believe it has a physical presence yet, but if it does, I am going to pick it up. It is Justin Roiland's High on Life. I hope I said his name right. I'll pause right here. There you go, you saw a picture of the game, so you know what I'm talking about. I played on Game Pass because I'm sometimes a cheap ass. This game is a fun first-person shooter with tight controls, inventive weapons, and a script that is hilarious and sometimes disturbing. I enjoyed it. I don't think games are funny anymore. They're just these dark, brooding messes of I am a broken man who must destroy God before I can rest. You're like, Jesus, can I get something a little more lighthearted, please? High on Life definitely delivers the fun. I was laughing. I had to pause to laugh sometimes. Basically, the story is you're like a high schooler chilling at home. Your sister's being a bitch. And all of a sudden, your Earth gets invaded by galactic drug dealers who have figured out that us humans create a great high. So you pick up a Gatlin off a dead soldier who sounds exactly like Morty from Rick and Morty. He warps you out of there into space. You find a bounty hunter. You find more Gatlins with all different personalities and different shooting styles and gameplay styles. It's great. If you have Game Pass, it's definitely worth the download and the play. I will say that. Next game I like on my list is on Game Pass. It was a limited run game, but I picked it up off Amazon on Black Friday. I'm playing it on Game Pass right now, so mine's still sealed. That is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. I grew up, I was 10 in 1989, so I grew up in the heyday of the popularity of the Ninja Turtles comic book, toys, cartoons, some good video games, cartridge-based, some shitty video games, cartridge-based, but this title is great. It just brings back all those memories of me when I was 10. Like, when I play this game, I'm like 10 years old again. It's amazing. Graphic style is awesome. How large the game is so far, I haven't beaten it yet. It's one of the ones I haven't beaten yet. The graphic style is great, pixelated, but still detailed. Controls are tight. It just reminds me of being 10 in an arcade playing the Ninja Turtles arcade game. Sadly, I have no friends to play this with me online, so I'm going solo. But I'm picking Michelangelo all the time. Mikey! Alright, let's see here. This game comes from one of my favorite developers. That's Supermassive Games. The Quarry. I loved this title. I bought it day one. I don't put usually a lot of hours into Supermassive Games, because once I play it, I'm like, cool, I'm going to forget all the decisions I make and replay it a year later. This one, I kept going back to certain points so I could see different endings, I could see different conclusions, different deaths, different lives. This is a great game. A lot of star power in here, too. Lance Henriksen. Courtney Cox's husband, Dewey from Deputy Dewey from Scream. I love this game. I actually kind of want to play it again, but I might wait till Halloween time. Great game, great story, great suspense. They fixed the controls a bit. They're not as wonky. The decisions you make are amazing. I love this game. Graphics are great. I haven't played on the PS5. I didn't have a PS5 when I bought this, but on the PS4, graphics were great. It didn't sound like my PS4 didn't sound like a rocket ship when it was playing it, so yay, thank God it's still working right. But yeah, the twists and turns of this, it's like a slasher / creature feature with Sam Raimi's brother Ted Raimi. Too bad Mr. Sam couldn't give little hints and stuff. I loved it. It's like super cheap right now, unfortunately, but pick it up. Pick it up because we need to keep Supermassive Games alive and not bought by EA, Activision, or Ubisoft, because they'll fuck them up. Alright, next game. I love survival horror. Obviously, one of my great Christmas presents right here. Umbrella, a.k.a. Fauci. Anyways, the Callisto Protocol. This game got a lot of heat because it was too linear. It was too much like Dead Space, but it's from Glenn Schofield. I'm bad at names. I can barely say my own last name, but I'm not going to say it because I'm going to dox myself. But I'm sure you can find me out anyway. Love it. Graphics were great. Lead actors all did a great job with the mocap. Controls were... Okay, the controls were tight. It was the camera that got you because sometimes you'd be locked and you try to swing and you'd miss. But you get used to the combat because I watched a YouTuber, I think RG85, said if you play this game like a Street Fighter or a Tekken, you'll do better at it because you shoot and then it gives you a prompt to swing, so you swing and then you swing and then you shoot and you swing and then you shoot. I liked it. It was the shortest game on this list, unless Turtles suddenly I beat it in a day or two. But the atmosphere is amazing. The prison setting is just creepy. The what do you call it? Oh, I lost my train of thought. The enemies, kind of all the same, but still fun to beat the hell out of or shoot. The difficulty spike after a certain point in the game was frustrating. I did get through it. I wanted to see the ending. I hope to God we get a sequel. We need a sequel. We need to keep survival horror going. Yes, I know. My two favorite things in video games are funny games and then dark and depressing, virus unleashed, killing colonies games, prisons in space, gross, disgusting, David Cronenberg body horror. But I loved it. If you don't want to pay full price, pick it up on the cheap. Excuse me, I think it's cheap now. But it is a great game. It is fun. People can watch you play it and make fun of you if you suck, but I would definitely pick this up. Striking Distance did a great job on their first game, and I'm glad Robert Kirkman from Skybound gave them a chance to make this game. Next game on my list I beat. It was a Game of the Year contender. That is A Plague Tale Requiem. And there you go. There's a screen cap or something I put into this video so you know what the hell I'm talking about. I got on Game Pass. I haven't bought the physical version yet. I do want to because I want to support Abzobo. I think I'm saying it right. Studios. First Plague Tale was great. Story, controls, graphics, voiceovers, and mocap were great in the first game. They amped everything up in the second game. You get better weapons. Amicia is even more of a badass than she was in the first game. You meet amazing characters. I don't want to spoil it. You meet some amazing characters along the way that you thought were villains that become heroes. The ending is a tearjerker. That's all I'm going to say. And they lead up to another sequel, which I really hope happens. But A Plague Tale Requiem is definitely a game you have to play. I know it's low on everybody's radar because it's not a big AAA title by some shitty studio that Activision or Naughty Dog or let's see who else doesn't like fans. Rockstar not like fans. I don't need 4 different copies of Grand Theft Auto 5. I need Grand Theft Auto 6 or Red Dead Redemption 3 or Bully number 2 or Manhunt number 3. Just letting you know that, Rockstar. But I know you don't listen to the fans. Final game picked up on day one as well. Amazing game. I put over 60 hours into God of War Ragnarok. Definitely deserved the action game at the Video Game Awards. Christopher Judge definitely deserved best performance and that hug from Al Pacino. So if you love the first God of War in 2018, Santa Monica Studios totally upped the ante in this one. There are more threats. Thor, Heimdall, Odin himself, plus the amount of creatures you have to find and all these poison areas. I don't know why we have to have poison areas in video games. They're insanely irritating. Dark Souls, I'm looking at you. I think the reason I love this game the most, obviously combat was tight, controls were tight, graphics were amazing, story was great, acting was spot on, but it was the story about a father and son. Like, Atreus is no longer annoying. Unfortunately, you only get to hear Kratos yell boy once. Not a fan of that. Boy, Boy, funny. Because I like humor. But yeah, just how they grew as characters in this game was amazing. Kratos grew, Thor grew, Atreus slash Loki slash whatever you want to call him grew. It just amazing. All the worlds you visit are great. The two dwarfs you meet, they grew as characters. The little head whose name I can't remember right now, hanging on your head. Why can't I remember his name? Maybe because I got annoyed at him calling me brother every 20 seconds. Brother! Brother! It's like, shut up, I'm going to throw you in a ditch. But yes, this game is amazing. The final battle is amazing. All 15 battles with Thor were fun. This version of Thor is better than anything Marvel has put out post Ragnarok. Okay, wait. Post Endgame. Thor Endgame was pretty, but they've ruined him since. So we're just going to leave that at that. These are my top games. 6 top games of 2022. Can't believe we're in the future. But I think we got the future of 1984 and Soylent Green and Fahrenheit 51. Not the awesome future that we're supposed to get from Ray Bradbury and Isaac Asimov. These are my favorite games of the year. I work 50 hours a week and I'm trying to grind on YouTube, so I don't get to play as many games as I like. I'm trying. I think I beat 18 games this year, which is pretty pathetic because I'm down from like 40 and 45. But I'm trying to have a life and do other things. What were your favorite games of this year? I would love to know. Did I miss any? I'm sure I missed a ton. Or I own them, but I haven't had time to play them. So don't mention Elden Ring. Don't mention Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Pokemon, I don't have any of those yet. So under the radar games I'd love to hear about. But thanks for watching. I hope we have a great 2023. The games I am looking for in 2023, I'll tell you right now, I already took time off for them. Dead Space Remake, Resident Evil 4 Remake. Those are probably going to be my games of the year next year. See you in 2023.